What's the status of the group right now? You guys had the huge album 2 years ago, world tour, right back on top.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we've been blessed. It's been an unbelievable, what I call a second coming, to, start off 3 years ago with a great duet collaboration with Florida Georgia Line, God, Your Mama and Me, that sparked a Vegas residency that we did for 2 years. And now, like you just graciously said about our latest album, DNA, which went to #1 on the charts the first week out, and has sparked a world tour that I started last May over in Europe. We've already done America, South America, Southeast Asia. Our intentions were right now, actually, I was supposed to be in New Zealand and Australia right now, and the rest of the summer I was going to be in the United States touring United States and Canada. Unfortunately, like most all concerts out there, we had to put things on delay. So we postponed our touring for this year, literally to the exact map print of next year. We're going to be next year at this time. I'll probably be, like I say, over in New Zealand, Australia, and then a big U.S. tour back for the summertime again here.
So this is really the perfect time to be all in on real estate.
It is for me. It's given me a lot more time to focus on this. I've been able to be at a lot more meetings that I probably wouldn't be personally. Probably would have had but I have such a great team that I don't ever feel like I'm missing a beat. They're always there for me. I just try to smile and say, yes, go for it, team. But no, I do try to give a lot of input what I can. With traveling around the world, I've been blessed to see a lot of unbelievable architect over in Europe, and just things that I feel like, to bring a little breath of fresh air from what I've been able to experience around the world is one of the greatest things I'm able to bring to the table, and some of the ideas that I've just learned and experienced. But yeah, so we're gonna finish this up and like I say, get back out on the road again next year, and I'll probably be focusing a little bit more on Backstreet at that time.
Would you like to see more of your fans learn more about your real estate side of your business? You're so famous for the music, but you've been in real estate basically just as long as the band's been mainstream, but a lot of your longtime fans, like me, I didn't really know about this till I read the article.
Yeah, no, it's something that I haven't really gone out there and publicly tooted the horn as loud as Backstreet. But yeah, I'm very proud of what I've done and what we've been able to accomplish. Me and my brother started this business over 23 years ago, and to see that we've, like I say, built now going on our 8th condo. We've built over, I believe it's 4 or 5 homes already, if not rehabbed, a hotel over the Country Inn Suites, which we have intentions of another hotel being in front of that one, possibly the Hyatt flagship. But I'm very proud of the accomplishments that we've created as a developing company. It's another creative outlet for me. I feel like, being an entertainer, it's just constantly creating, and that's exactly what I'm doing with the condo projects and developing. It's once again creating something from scratch and seeing it, to come to fruition by the time it's done, and what you're able to accomplish, from that. I get the same kind of adrenaline rush from that as much as I do from singing on stage in front of a few people.
You'll think this is cool. So I'm 33, and every time I go home to Pittsburgh, one of those nostalgic little pieces of my childhood is when I open a dresser and the Millennium CD is there.
Oh wow, dude.
That's when I know I'm home.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very honoring. Appreciate that.
You were in 6th grade and you showed up with that CD. You were one of the cool kids.
Really? Hopefully for you, but
that's how we got our music still.
Right.
And I remember I first became a fan of you guys before even TRL. It was Total Request. Remember that, when it was just 30 minutes with Carson? It was videos.
Wow, good memory,
dude. And everybody Backstreet's Back is #1.
Thank you.
Started it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. That's very honoring.
I still remember those days, and I was wondering, do you think pop music sounds the same 20 years later? Like, how is it different? What do you think?
I mean, I think pop music is what's evolving, what's always becoming popular at the time. I think it's still, what makes good pop music is good melodies. Melodies that are easy to remember, stuff that sticks in your mind, something that moves you internally, that makes you feel good, or creates a memory for you at that time. So I think popular, pop music still has that feel, whether the times have changed, whether the rhythms have changed, whether it's more of spoken versus melodic. I think that all kind of changes and kind of goes with the flow. But I think there's I think like popular is, it's almost like, and I found this with us when we first started our career. When we first came out, the world wasn't ready for, especially the States wasn't ready for a good, pop boy band. At the time, there wasn't even the name boy band. But they weren't ready for a bunch of 5 little boys up there singing and dancing their butts off. I think the world was ready more at the time was dealing with grunge and rap and hardcore metal. But it's interesting how I've seen in the past when there's been like a cycle where I think at that time we were just coming out of war, and I think people were ready for something that uplifted their spirits, good feel-good music, and I think it just couldn't have been better timing for us to come out. I think we weren't talking anything that was taking you too politically or too stringing your heart. It was if anything, the string in the heart was maybe the love part of it, and hopefully a couple of guys made a couple of girlfriends off of some of our music maybe.
That's what I always wanted. I wanted to be like you guys in the Millennium video with all the girls out there at the airport.
Yeah, that was our extras. They were just paid. We asked them to come out. They weren't real.
The TRL crowds were real. All those people in Times Square back in the day.
Yes, no, we've been blessed that we've had some amazing fans all around the world, and they are the true heart and soul of the Backstreet Boys. I feel like they're the reason why we are together now, going on 27 years strong. I think we've exceeded expectations not only of ourselves but many people out there. For us to be, without tuning our horn too hard, but to be able to say we've been nominated 8 times for a Grammy, and to see this wall of accomplishment behind you that you're sitting there, just makes me feel really proud, and that's due to a combination of a few things. I think a great team of people around us, great music, some great producers and writers, but the biggest reason is because of our fans. I mean, our fans have stuck with us through thick and thin. They've supported us. They are hurting right now just as much as we're hurting that we're not out there entertaining them. But they've stuck behind us. They're still holding onto their tickets, getting ready to see us next year. And I'm just very proud of what we've been able to accomplish.
How do you guys continue to adapt 20 years later? Because we get our music so much differently now, in the streaming age versus like you go to a store and you buy a CD.
We've had to adapt, and go with the flow of things, the changing pace of where things are at. When we first started, I think we were almost like part of that last generation where, besides recording music on the big reel tapes and coming out with cassette tapes and CDs, to, going out when we would go to promote a record, it was literally like getting in a van and going from radio station to radio station throughout the States, or going overseas and going from country to country, and a promotional tour would take you for a record sometimes a good 2 to 3 weeks just to get everywhere touched on, to get your music out there, and would cost a lot more, especially to make that happen. Nowadays, with modern technology, we've been able to adapt, and I think for new artists as well as now us as well, veterans, I guess I want to say that maybe, it's much faster to get your music out there, to get a message out to your fans, with all the social medias and the YouTubes and everything out there, to put a video out there, to do a press conference. I think it's made it much easier on the artists to promote themselves now, and so I think it's a good thing. I think there's, with every good thing, there's also a good and bad. I mean, there's a lot more now that fans, which not fans, but artists, which they should be. I'm actually glad about this thing. They have to be on their toes. They have to be able to, if they're talking the talk, they have to be able to walk the walk. And if they're out there, promoting a good, healthy image, they need to make sure they're showing that even on the time that they're not out there in the limelight. Because if not, nowadays, the public will know that very quickly.
When you guys released the 2018 album, I was looking at all the YouTube comments, and a lot of popular comments from your female fans. How do these guys still look so great all these years later? Every one of you.
Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Do you guys have a secret? How do you stay in shape or looking youthful? What is it? Yeah.
My wife makes me wash my face every night before going to bed, along with brushing the teeth. But you know what? I feel like it's good living. We work hard, but we also play hard. I know in order to keep my, body in shape, it's a body in motion is what I need. And so for me, even during my downtime, I have a gym here at my house, or if I'm on the road, I'm at the gym, every day that I can get there, and just trying to eat as best as you can. I definitely enjoy the adult life of eating, drinking good wine and everything, but I also have to it's a matter of pacing yourself, everything in moderations. Awesome. And also taking care of my skin. I'm lucky I have a good wife is a good critique around here, and has no problem with telling me if I need to use a little moisturizer under the eyes here and there.
Do you like when your fans call you the Backstreet Dads now?
You know, I don't care what they're calling us. As long as they're calling us something, they can call us for bar mitzvahs, for birthdays. As long as they're calling us to whatever, I'm down. So it's all good.
Yeah, awesome stuff, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, really appreciated the opportunity to talk to you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you as well. Same to you. I'm very proud of all these plaques here, and believe it or not, this is only just probably about maybe 1/3 of the plaques that I've been blessed with. If I was to probably put them all around here, that would turn into a shrine at my house.
Best-selling boy band of all time.
You're too nice to say that. You're too nice to say that.
It's the facts, right?
You're too nice. I don't know. I think the Beatles is who I say is the best.
If you put it that way.
But you know, this place here is I've been blessed. This is my one room here. I call it the Wall of Fame, not the Wall of Shame. But my wife has allowed me to have this one room at least. If not, if this house would be a shrine if I literally tried to put up all the plaques and everything around.
It's like your version of a man cave.
Yes.
What Howie's made.
But I'd say probably, to be honest, this was my favorite for the longest time, because it showed, this was our Millennium album, probably our biggest album that people know of the hits to date with I Want It That Way and some of the biggest hits that we've had back in the time. This is probably our biggest selling record of all time.
I believe it's the second best-selling album ever after Thriller.
Is it really?
Before. I think back in...
I'll let you tell it.
Yeah.
But this one here was so cool when we first received it from all the countries around the world. But I can definitely say this has become one of my new favorite ones. It just got put up on the wall last night.
Really?
Yes.
Right, wow.
And
this is like the lifetime achievement.
This is our 25th anniversary we just got last year from the record company, RCA Records. They gave us this, and this is pretty much all of our records from the start. I wanted to create this area here in my house because we've been able to really truly receive some awards. As a little kid, I could only dream of having an American Music Award and my first MTV Music Award. I grew up on watching MTV, and I love my MTV. And but Billboard Awards here I've gotten, an MTV Movie Award for our little cameo appearance that we did at the end of the movie for This Is the End with Seth Rogen.
Have you heard Lil Uzi Vert's record, I Want It That Way?
Yes.
He sampled the Backstreet Boys?
Yes, I did. You know, it's funny because I probably got a good dozen people that sent it out to me and the guys. And so that went very viral.
So what's the deal? Is Backstreet Boys credited for a sample or no?
You know, I haven't seen that in my royalty statements yet, but I'll be looking for it hopefully soon.
If Lil Uzi has to pay.
Yeah, right?